get on to some interesting stuff from Trudeau. He was at a Goodyear plant, and of course he was asked about your future, Mr. Prime Minister. Do you think he could come up with an answer? Let's have a listen here.
Perhaps the caucus, you've had some time to think about this for the last 6 weeks, presumably. Can you tell me whether you're planning on implementing any changes that your caucus is looking for?
Well, one of the things that we've been focused on, not just over the past few weeks, but over the past many years, is making sure we're investing in Canadians. This announcement today is a great example of how, from local MPs to ministers, we've all been working together to build a strong economy for the future at a time where Canadians are rightly concerned about this. And the conversations I have with members of my team leave me more optimistic and more focused than ever on fighting for Canadians every step of the way. We're going to continue to make sure that we're putting Canadians first in everything we do. That's the conversations I've had, and that's the commitment I've made to Canadians.
Your staff, or perhaps the caucus.
Yeah. You know, when Justin Trudeau starts to gulp a lot of air and almost sounds like he's throwing the words out, that he really is not aware of what he's saying. Did the reporter ask anything about how he's creating jobs for Canadians? He asked about his future. And of course, he can't answer that question. He has no desire to answer that question because Justin Trudeau is all about retaining an iron grip on power. And I'll say again, I mean, look at...
Had some time to think about this for the last 6...
Look at Doug Ford in the background there. Doug Ford never knows what to say or how to look when Justin Trudeau is fielding questions or when Justin Trudeau is in front of the microphone. Because Doug Ford knows damn well that Justin Trudeau's days are limited, either because he's going to be defeated in the next election or his caucus is going to turf him. So Doug Ford has to look like he's completely non-existent. He's completely out of it. I said yesterday, tabula rasa, which means like a stone face. Try to detect what I'm thinking. And that's what Doug Ford is doing here. And he's thinking, I really don't want to be here, but I have to be here because this is about jobs in Ontario, even though those jobs are phony jobs. This is all about EVs. And we'll get to Justin Trudeau's incredible attempt to justify electric vehicles in a minute. But Doug Ford really understands that this green energy program is a farce and fraudulent, but yet he has to look like he supports the idea of jobs no matter what. And this is politics at its worst. And you can just see the pained expression on his face occasionally before he goes back to looking like, I have no opinion about this, and we'll talk about this later. But Justin Trudeau continues to stutter and stammer. But he's asked about, this is a great question, actually. This is a really good question, and I don't know who the reporter is. But he gets to the crux of the matter about why are we spending all of this money to bring electric vehicles companies to Canada? Why are we spending taxpayer dollars to produce these vehicles that nobody wants? Nobody's going to buy them. But Trudeau is delusional, just like he is about his leadership being fine and intact and beyond reproach. He's delusional about electric vehicles being a panacea for the future. Justin Trudeau wouldn't understand the future if he had a crystal ball. Here he is.
Making decisions that are right for them. We'll continue to be there to work with them, but we're making sure that our investments go towards delivering good jobs and a good future for communities right across the country. And I can tell you that the money is still there for Umicore. None of it has been spent yet or invested in them, and we're looking forward to continuing to work with them, as I know the province is as well.
Look at that smirk on his face there. Look at that
Mr.
smirk.
Prime Minister, my question is also kind of related to Umicore. You know about their announcement last month. And also, you know that the Ford assembly plant was planning to start producing electric SUVs in 2026. Instead, now they have said that they will start producing gas-powered trucks. We know that Canada, the federal government and also the provinces have announced.
Now, notice here how uncomfortable Justin looks. He said, what? A reporter's challenging my policy on electric vehicles? Excuse me? You can't do that. And when Trudeau's finished his answer, we'll explain exactly what's going on with Ford Motors, because it's not just happening here in Canada. It's happening in the United States. And we'll get on to that in a minute. But please, while I'm talking, share this broadcast with your friends and family. You see, YouTube right now is trying to stymie our viewership. They're trying to keep the numbers down right now. So please like this broadcast, share it with your friends and family. We're going to drive those numbers up. We're going to beat YouTube censorship, because right now I can see by the numbers they're trying to suppress us. Well, let's get back to Trudeau's non-answer here.
Have pledged around $50 billion investment in the EV supply chain. Recently, some concerns have been raised. Maybe Canada jumped into the market sooner than it should have. What is your thoughts on that?
Canada has made the strategic decision to be a leader in EV supply chains. We have the critical minerals, we have the innovation, we have the manufacturing, mostly we have the workers that are drawing in investments from around the world. This is a nascent technology, a nascent industry. There are going to be challenges along the way.
Anytime Justin Trudeau wants to describe something that is bad, it's a challenge. Of course, this is more than a challenge. People are not buying these electric vehicles. People don't want to buy these electric vehicles because they don't work in January, February. And you can't, even if you can find a recharging site, it's not going to recharge your car.
But knowing that Canada has positioned itself as number one in the world in EV supply chains, according to Bloomberg, as the place to invest, has shown that we are making the right bet on the future. We know that climate change is real. We know that electric vehicles are going to be essential for the future. And the choices that we've made as a government has ensured that Canada will be part of it. I know there's a lot of people who wouldn't have made that choice. The Conservative Party of Canada has said very clearly it would not have made this choice of investing in EVs, investing in workers. But the reality is, as a great Canadian once said, you need to go where the puck is going.
Well, guess what, Justin? The puck isn't going there. And this is why this man is so delusional, not just about his own leadership, but about electric vehicles and the future of those electric vehicles. It is absolutely astounding how he cannot see.
The global economy is going towards net zero. Manufacturing is going towards electric vehicles. And with great partnership from the Government of Ontario, Canada has positioned itself to be a leader in the EV industry, and we will continue to be, because those are where the jobs are going to be, not just a couple of years from now, but a decade from now, a generation from now, and over the coming decades.
And there's that smirk again. There's that smirk again. Clearly, Justin Trudeau is not able to even contemplate that there's no future in this electric vehicle scam. And that is really the overwhelming problem here, that he cannot understand that there is no future to this because people don't want to buy them. Now, I was saying at the beginning here that there is some tremendous problems with Ford Motors, for instance, saying that it does not want to produce electric. It's canceled its plans to produce electric trucks. And this is a huge problem for Justin Trudeau. If Ford Motors is saying, no, we're not going to produce electric trucks, where is he going to go with that? Ford Motors also has put on hold its plans for SUVs, electric vehicles. And this is not just in Canada. This is the United States. And in fact, we discovered this week that 40% of Joe Biden's green energy program remains unimplemented and on hold or canceled because there's no public interest. There's no industry interest in this green energy program. And it's just not going to happen. And that is indicative of where this is going for Justin Trudeau. Can he see that? Can he understand it? No, and he doesn't want to, because that is not what he's about.
Thank you for watching this episode of Stand on Guard and being a part of the KRAYDEN'S Right channel. If you've watched this episode to this point, you've watched it all. And that's really important for a small station like this. We always say subscribe, hit the bell, be a part of the KRAYDEN resistance. Resolve to resist. That's what we're doing. And if you become a subscriber, if you're a supporter of this station or a member through Substack, through YouTube, and now you can be a local as well, that's so important to us because I couldn't do this without you. I made a decision to become an independent journalist about a year ago because I wanted to bring all of my experience in the military, in journalism, to you. I don't promise anything I can't deliver. I don't offer clickbait. I offer truth. The truth is out there, and it's my job to bring that truth to light and to you. Thanks for being a part of the KRAYDEN'S Right resistance, and we'll see you again soon.
So we are in a very precarious position in this country. We need a political change, but we also need to resolve to resist.